Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. When faith in the algorithm meets the emergency room? If you ever wondered how strange modern boxing could still become, congratulations. The bout between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua has answered that question in the most direct way possible. Direct enough to involve a broken jaw? From the moment the fight was announced, the boxing world entered a state of collective confusion. Not because of tactics, not because of championship belts, but because of one very basic question. Wait, why is this happening? A YouTuber famous for pranks, vlogs, and controversy stepping into the ring with a former heavyweight world champion, a man who has spent his entire life learning how to make other grown men stop standing up. Jake Paul entered the fight armed with his most familiar weapon, absolute confidence. The kind of confidence that comes from years of watching reality bend itself around your narrative. Confidence built on winning battles that rarely took place inside a professional boxing ring. And to be fair, if boxing were scored by views, engagement, and thumbnails, Jake Paul would have won this fight long before the opening bell. Unfortunately for him, boxing does not work that way. Anthony Joshua did not walk to the ring like a performer. He walked in like a man clocking in for work. No flashy declarations, no dramatic gestures, no need to prove anything to the internet. Just a fighter, a familiar environment, and a task to complete. The bell rang, and in that exact moment, one thing became very clear. This was not content. This was not a video. This was boxing. The first round passed politely. Joshua used light jabs, controlled distance, almost as if he were saying, "Relax, this will explain itself." Jake Paul moved, stayed active, tried to show he belonged there. But Joshua's eyes told a different story. This wasn't a spectacle. It was an evaluation, and popularity would not be graded. By rounds 2 and 3, the difference began to reveal itself. Joshua's punches were not designed to impress. They had only one purpose: landing. Jake Paul began to learn a lesson no vlog, podcast, or motivational quote could prepare him for the human body. Reacts very differently when hit by a real heavyweight boxer. At this point, the audience stopped laughing. Not out of sympathy, but understanding. This fight was unfolding exactly as many had predicted, just without anyone wanting to say it too loudly beforehand. This was never a battle between two stars. It was a collision between two worlds, entertainment and profession. As the middle rounds progressed, Jake Paul remained standing, and that deserves acknowledgement. But standing is not the same as controlling. Every clean shot from Joshua felt like a calm reminder, we are not equals. The reminder was repeated steadily, without drama, without urgency. Round 6 arrived like a conclusion already written. Joshua increased the pressure, a combination landed, a punch connected with the jaw, and that was it. No cinematic buildup, no dramatic pause. Jake Paul went down in a very physical, very real way. The referee stepped in. The fight was over. The arena went quiet for a moment as reality caught up. Medical reports followed quickly. A broken jaw. A short diagnosis, but one that ended every online debate instantly. No poll could change it. No reaction video could undo it. No thumbnail could edit it away. Anthony Joshua reacted exactly as a veteran professional would. No mocking, no taunting, no "I told you so." He treated it like another completed fight and moved on. And that calmness was perhaps the most unsettling part. It showed that this had never felt like a gamble to him. Jake Paul, meanwhile, did what Jake Paul does best. He shared updates, he told the story, he turned defeat into narrative, he spoke about lessons, growth, and coming back stronger. And in a strange way, that is precisely why he continues to exist in boxing. He does not disappear after losing. He simply uploads the next chapter. The boxing community responded honestly. Some were annoyed, some were exhausted. Others said what needed to be said. At least now, everyone has seen the difference. The difference between someone who enters boxing because it is their profession and someone who enters because it is an opportunity. And that may be the most interesting part of Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. This was not just a fight. It was a lesson delivered in the oldest, roughest, and most effective way possible. You can be famous. You can be rich. You can have the entire internet behind you. But once you step into the ring, no one absorbs the punches for you. Final takeaway: Jake Paul lost the fight. Anthony Joshua won it. There was no twist. No shocking ending. Just a very old truth restated in the digital age. The algorithm can get you into the ring, but only real boxing decides how you leave it.